It's always really important to ask yourself at the beginning of every single round, what is my job in this comp? What is my role? What do I need to do? Okay, so see how you're asking, I have a flash for this, whatever? Yeah. Everyone knows you have a flash, just throw it. Okay? The carry potential on Omen is just insane. Because watch what happens here. So you throw the smoke here. By the way, I don't like the smoke, but we'll talk about that in a second. So now you TP yourself in. I think you were hoping for this smoke to land in a certain spot. Imagine having thrown this flash here. Always give the enemy player a little bit more respect on their first peek if you've missed a crosshair placement. Hello, my name is Worthy, a professional Valorant coach. If you're looking to climb the ranks and improve your overall gameplay, you definitely want to leave a like and a sub and enjoy the video. It's always really important to ask yourself at the beginning of every single round, what is my job in this comp? What is my role? What do I need to do? What is your role in this comp? Sorry.
Maybe initiator?
Like throw down your
yeah, that's what you end up saying.
Kind of play more
That's what you end up saying, which is an interesting answer. It's not wrong, but it's not 100% right either. Is there anything else that you could potentially be really good at in this comp? In this particular comp, who is your entry fragger?
It would be your like who is making space? Is what?
Yeah, who's the best at making space on this comp?
Probably Yoru, or maybe Phoenix, or actually I could too, honestly.
There you go. Yeah. Who
I
is
think
who
a
is the
couple
most
times I do. I don't know if in this, but a lot of times I do end up entering as Omen.
Yeah, you actually do it quite well on this one. So you said you're going to be initiator, but you end up being an entry fragger on a lot of this stuff. So you actually played this decently well based on the comp. Now there's going to be certain times when you can't do what you're doing here, but you have more permission to play free because you already have a main controller being Viper. Right, so you can throw your utility out, but then you can also use your utility for yourself to enable for space taking. You could argue that Yoru could be really good if they have their TP set up. For sure, they could be an entry fragger, but they're more lurk based, and it's kind of like gimmicky, right? Whereas you're more consistent.
You can kind of throw his flashes like a KO almost and initiate too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So in this situation, in this comp, I would say that you're actually the entry fragger. Right, with your Viper here. Now, the one complication that you will have is that you're actually a flex role player on this particular comp. So in the beginning, when there's 5 people alive, 100% you're the entry fragger. But what happens when Viper dies? Well, that changes your role completely, right? Because now you're the main controller. So you need to be very hyper flexible based on what happens in the particular round and what switches. So you're going to be changing on the fly, which makes it a little bit complicated for you to play Omen in this particular comp. We determined what your role is, which is more of an entry fragger role. You can take space faster than everyone else, and obviously the Viper takes the main role of controller in this comp. So you have more freedom. The first question I have for you is why this flash?
I can't really remember, but I was probably going to make some kind of... I was going to try to get as much into sight as I could.
Okay.
And just trying to throw that out there to maybe freeze somebody. And
when I look at a flash like this, I think, oh, that's a really good flash, right? In a traditional comp, it's a really, really good flash. Okay, because what you're doing is you're creating space now for your team to move up onto A site here, right? It's really, really good. Unfortunately, with this comp, I would argue that it's not that great. I think it could definitely work, but I don't think it's ideal for you. Because what your role is on this particular comp is to take space because your Viper's alive. So you're not the main controller.
Right.
So as awkward and as different as this may sound for some people in chat, they're like, what? That doesn't make sense. Let me draw it out for you. Your next move, if you're going to take space, is probably to TP into your smoke, right? Or TP onto a certain spot. What you want to do, let's say that your plan is to go and TP on top of here. You need to lead in with your flash this direction to enable you. You have 2 teammates who are more than capable of flashing for your entry fragger or whoever's moving in over here. So if they've got flashes, their priority is to flash this area. Your priority is to flash for yourself in this comp. Okay? Because watch what happens here. So you throw the smoke here. By the way, I don't like the smoke, but we'll talk about that in a second. So now you TP yourself in. I think you were hoping for this smoke to land in a certain spot. Imagine having thrown this flash here instead, right? And you thrown the flash here and then TP'd up. Well, now you're looking at probably 2 or 3 kills, right? So this is where using certain utility at certain points in time, based on your role, needs to be considered. Now that you know that you're entry fragger, you probably change the method of how you flash in this round.
Close.
I have a flash if you wanna.
Okay, so see how you're asking, I have a flash for this, whatever?
Yeah.
Everyone knows you have a flash, just throw it. Okay? And this is something that Radiant struggle with too, and it's asking to throw utility. I don't want you to ask, I want you to tell. I'm flashing this 3, 2, 1, right? Ping, I'm flashing 3, 2, 1. That's enough for the Yoru to be able to say, hey, I am making a play on this flash. If they don't make a play on it, that's on them. You set them up for it. But you say 3, 2, 1 flashing, instead of telling someone or asking someone, do you want a flash here? And then the person's like, let me think about that. Hang on, I have to go do my laundry really quick, but I'll get back to you on that one, right? Meanwhile, the person's getting shot in the face. Just flash. If you see an opportunity, commit to it, do it right away. See, if you just committed to that, that fight could have been completely different for Cobra,
Right.
I think, right? Okay, this is actually a really good moment here. This is a really good teaching moment here. In order to win this gunfight, you need to be thinking about elevations, different elevations. The first peek that you do here, you actually miss your first burst. And just like Eminem always says, you only get one shot, all right? No different than in Valorant, you only get one shot here, especially with a Vandal. If you miss your initial point where you're crosshair placing, your first move needs to be to leave the fight. Because they're gonna have the advantage on you. They know that you're up here. So you leave the fight, and the next thing you want to do is move slightly forward and then peek from a slightly different elevation. This will force them to change their crosshair placement to you and allow you to have an easier fight. So change your elevations and always give the enemy player a little bit more respect on their first peek if you've missed the crosshair placement. Because if you sit there and try to adjust, they're going to have the advantage on you, and more often than not, this will happen. Yeah, flash for them.
I'm watching your.
See, like this flash right here enables them with so much confidence to move right up. If anyone's there, they get caught, they're done for.
Rana went up. Rana's right here. Rana.
Nice job. This was a really good positioning decision. Really good.
One more kitchen right now.
Get out of here. Jump out. Increase the distance. Always increase the distance. Think about the gun that you have. I think you end up winning this fight, but you taking this close of a range fight is silly for me. I want you going all the way to Snowman. Increase the distance. Increase your chances of winning. They want a close range fight. So regardless of you winning or not, I don't like positioning on this one. Back up. Get out of here. TP away to screens. Not forward. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, wow. You should definitely be punished there. They definitely should have been punished there. Okay, now the one feedback I give to you is if you're going to make a play like this, what should you do immediately for your team? Communicate you're doing it. That way they can swing off of you if you do get shot. I'll be honest with you, Tiger says he likes it, but this Jet knew you were there, and they could easily hear you, and that's like a free kill. In a 4v2 situation, it's completely unnecessary to make a play like this. You don't have to. But if you're going to, you need to calm that you're doing it, because we need to guarantee value on a play like this. If you just get picked off, now it's a 3v2, right? Now you get nothing for it.
Right.
So at least if someone plays off of you, then you're good. Okay, 2v4 situation, be aggressive, don't be afraid. Flash, push, anything like that. You're running out of time. Flash right now, push. Flash right now, push. Smoke towards the center of the site. Flash, anything. You now have 20 seconds left to kill 4. You have 20 seconds left to get kill 4 people and then get on the bomb. Smokes on the middle of the bomb site's totally fine for you. When you're down numbers, you want to get ugly with it. Jump into the smokes.
Right.
Peek it in and out from them.
I think we should.
Yep.
we need
Just
to
go
all
for
get
it.
on the same-
Yeah, no, they're coming B.
Flash, flash, flash. Okay, that works too. Flash, flash, flash. Ah, I think they're gonna re-aggress him. I think it could have gotten 2 here,
So was on it.
which would have been fine. But this is
You
okay
should
too.
eight.
I almost feel like you have to, or you have to go all the way back to the back bomb site here in the situation. You just want to create so you either go full passive or you go aggressive. You can't go like part way.
You should
Yeah.
anchor.
So the point I was gonna make is that don't be afraid to like ask to set up plays. Like, hey Yoro, do you want to push down mid? I can flash here for you. Right? This would be the next level of things that you can start doing to set people
Yep.
up. Get someone to push down tube with them at the same time. I'm gonna flash. Ready? 3, 2, 1.